Can I open up? Now will you listen?
Okay.
I put my heartbeat here so you can hear it now. Listen, I know I'm missing a few things this life has to offer.
What's that?
But I'ma set my record straight and do this track proper. So you see me, I'm cool, calm, and then collected.
Okay.
Inside what you can't see though, man, my heart, my head is hectic.
Okay.
I'll lay these words on the table, go ahead, my friend, dissect it.
Okay.
But in the end, I pray you know I'm a man resurrected.
Imagine that, yeah. Imagine that, imagine that, trip. Imagine that, you do. Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that, imagine that.
One for the money, two for the show, and three you better get ready, cause four I'm out the door. It's been 5 years, bro.
Wow.
I truly can't grasp it. I'm walking, living, talking, man, I'm changing every aspect. I'm so different. I used to live my life just sinning, just chasing after women.
I know.
But I never got that carrot. It was always up in front of me, but the world just wouldn't share it.
Man.
There was nothing to compare it, cause I would've gone to Paris. But you ever found out?
I know.
Well, I'd be sure embarrassed.
Okay.
It was lust, not love, I cherished. I disobeyed my parents,
You what?
but I promise you would. Entre you and me has perished. You hear me? I perish. That ain't the end though, let me tell you how I done it.
Tell me.
I didn't do a thing, bro, it was Jesus, man, who spun it.
What?
He made my life 100. I didn't know he wanted. That was on the sign, man, a dead man, I was up there, so wanted.
Okay.
But Jesus paid that fine, man, for all of me, 100. And he was on my mind, man, I trusted him, confronted.
What?
With my sin, he let me in, repented, then undone it.
He did that?
He took my sin away, died for my heart, then he wanted.
Okay.
Imagine that, yeah. Imagine that, imagine that, trip. Imagine that, you do. Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. One last thing to say, so leaning closer, hear it.
Right.
He made me quit that lean, man. I pray now it's the spirit.
Yeah.
This song will bring you near it. Like Nero, I won't fear it. But I burn my kingdom down if that means that I revere it.
I get it.
Imagine that I'm grown now. Imagine that I'm changed.
What?
Imagine that I'm gone now. Imagine that it's strange.
Okay.
Imagine that I'm clean now. Imagine that no stains. Imagine I'm a man with my hands high, no chains.
I feel ya.
And if you get this message, I'll give you back your change. I owe him my life, man. It ain't about my name. It's never been about fame. It's about repping him the same.
Okay.
Now bring it back on P-Track. No money racks, just cold facts. Imagine that, yeah. Imagine that, imagine that, true. Imagine that, do. Imagine that, imagine that. Imagine that, imagine that, yeah. Imagine that, imagine that, what? Imagine that, yeah. Imagine that, yeah. Imagine that, man, resurrection, yeah.